Happy 50th anniversary to Electric Ladyland by Jimi Hendrix. And some of the experience, and there's some other people on here. Everybody, if you know about this album, then you already know. If you don't know about this album, I'm not going to explain everything. Like, there's a couple songs on here that have Buddy Miles on them. There's Hendrix plays bass on some of the songs. Dave Mason's on here. Brian Jones was supposed to be on here. I don't know if he is. Al Cooper, Jack Cassidy plays bass on a song. So basically, this is kind of, I feel like, first of all, the back cover should have been the front cover, like, keeping with the rest of the albums. Alright, so really what we're here for is Vinyl Rewind did a single LP version of the White Album, and I was like, okay, well, Hendrix, this album turns 50 soon, so let me make, well, it's today. It turns 50 today. And I tried to make a video last night, but it deleted on me. Hopefully it works today. So I'm going to do my single LP version of this album and kind of do like a little review kind of thing in the middle of it while we listen to Mike over here, if you can even hear him. The Hendrix of Bayville. Alright, so this album was recorded at a very tumultuous time. They were trying to build a studio, and then he was touring constantly, and then it was like, alright, we're going to put out a new album. Chaz Chandler leaves, and Hendrix pretty much produces the album himself, with Eddie Kramer as the engineer, so they get it to sound right. It's a gatefold. All that Mitch. Look at all the Mitch pictures. I wonder who Hendrix liked in his band. Alright, so that's why some of these songs, I feel like if Chaz had stayed in the band and decided, hey, let's make it a single album, let's not worry about this, let's put, like, alright, so, and The Gods Made Love, I'm leaving that on there. I'm leaving Electric Ladyland, Crosstown Traffic. I'm getting rid of Voodoo Child, because I always thought Hendrix should have made an album where it was just his jams, because that's what this album was about. Like, when they talk about that song, it's like, do a show, go to a club, jam with a bunch of famous people, then go to the studio at 3 a.m., and then that was kind of, this song was them going from the club, like jamming with Steve Winwood and Jack Cassidy all night, to now let's go back to the studio and record something. So I always thought that he should have just cut that off anyway. So we're going to get rid of that, and instead we're going to fill up the rest of the first side with, we're going to start with Gypsy Eyes, move that to right behind Crosstown Traffic, like the single was Crosstown Traffic on one side, Gypsy Eyes on the other side. What I would say is get rid of the single, don't even have singles, have one single for this album, like how the Beatles would have a single and that was the appetizer for the album, and then they couldn't put those songs on the album. I always thought that that was a brilliant idea. So you get rid of All Along the Watchtower and Long Hot Summer Night, because those were already the single, should have been the single on September the 2nd. So then we got Gypsy Eyes, then Little Miss Strange moves from the first song of the second side to right after Gypsy Eyes. I like that, how it ends, and then it goes right into that psychedelic big guitar chords from Little Miss Strange. He cut out his Ringo songs from his White Album. I don't understand why you would cut out the Ringo songs, because Ringo was kind of the glue. Somebody said that. I think it was him. I don't know if it was him or if it was somebody else, but Ringo was obviously the glue that kept the Beatles together, because they're the McCartney-Lennon egos. It's the most powerful egos on the goddamn planet, is Lennon and McCartney. I think it might have been Holly Hobbs that said that. I don't know. One of them said that. Ringo's the glue, and it makes sense. All right, so then we end side one. Damn, Mike, what the fuck? We end it with "Come On," which most people are gonna be like, "Well, Dave, you're cutting off the R&B songs, and you're cutting off the blues jam. Why are you leaving "Come On" there?" Well, first of all, when you end side one with "Come On" and start side two with the song that I started side two with, is "House Burning Down," you start going from that song to that song works perfectly, A. And B, I think of all the songs that were kind of the throwback music, not the more psychedelic stuff, keeping more in the times with 68, how everybody kind of was moving towards the folk country rock shit. I think that made sense to have those songs on there to kind of have like a bit of a palette for everybody. But I think that song's A, the most fun of all the throwback sounding music, and it works perfectly in the context. You don't have to have both rainy dreaming songs. You don't have to have those on there, and then Voodoo Child is obviously 15 fucking minutes of just standard blues fare. So that's the end of side one. Side two, I start off with "House Burning Down." Obviously, I got rid of "Burning the Midnight Lamp." A really good Hendrix song. Not one of my favorites, though. I don't really like that piano part, but the wah pedal is really good, and I like the lyrics. I like the feel of the song. I like the rhythm section. But that song, to me, shouldn't be on this album. It was already a single over a year ago. It wound up being a single again in September as the B-side, and now you're having it released for the third time. That's just a waste of vinyl to me. So we get rid of that. We start side two with "House Burning Down," one of Hendrix's greatest fucking pieces. Song about riots and 1968 in general, the revolution, the hippie revolution, the flower power kind of died and everything exploded. So I love that song, everything about it, the imagery. You can feel the fire when he plays that song. You can feel like you're the guy on the horse as you ride into town. And I just love it. Like it's the opposite of "Revolution" by the Beatles. It's like it's a song about like being on the ground, seeing it firsthand, not understanding it at all. Alright, so then we go into 1983, which 1983 and Voodoo Child, I think that's peak Hendrix. I think that's his greatest songs. 1983, song where he's totally looking toward the future as something bright, like the whole earth's gonna end, but then I'll be a fish and I'll be truly free. I love that. Everything about it is like just brilliant. To me, I don't get why "Moon Turn the Tides" is a separate song. It sounds like it's the outro to "Merman." Like, why do you even need it? But I think it's because the line it's like really good line. "Moon turn the tides, gently, gently away." Like, that's a really good poetic line. And I think he really just wanted people to, like, see that. like, here's this really cool line I have, I think is more the reason for having it as a separate thing. Then end it with Voodoo Child. Obviously, that's the song that ended the real album. Go right from Moon Turn the Tides. It works so well. I made a Spotify playlist. I don't know if anybody can see it. If anybody knows how to, just like kind of let me know, and then I'll be able to put it on there so everybody can hear it. Like, I don't know if you even give a shit, if you even want to hear my version of it. Like, it seems very pretentious of me, but everything I do is pretentious. Everything everybody does is pretentious. Everybody's a narcissist, apparently. And the people that are really narcissists, no, they're not narcissists. Yeah, bullshit, dude. Whatever. But I just really love Hendrix, and I did this because I want everybody to listen to Hendrix, and I want everybody to go listen to my friend Michael Wittig on SoundCloud. It's soundcloud.com/Michael Wittig. Michael-Wittig 2, I think. -2. Yeah, from Norristown, United States. What the fuck? You live in Norristown, Mike? What the fuck? Alright, so everybody go listen to this. Go check out Vinyl Rewind. Go check out my playlist if you want to. If it works, let me know. If it doesn't, whatever. There's Mitch. Alright, hopefully this works. Happy anniversary to Electric Ladyland, the greatest fucking album of 1968. Definitely fucking is. Beggar's Banquet and the White Album are not even close. Definitely not Village Green. Nobody even knows that album. Alright, so. Bye.